how to map stakeholders the human way. I know a lot of organizations, a lot of consultants working with stakeholder mappings in different ways. What I always do is linking the human aspects to the stakeholder mapping. It's not about just having let's say a mind map or something where you map out all the different stakeholders. You need to go deeper into the human element. So what I always do is imagine you have, if we take the innovation ecosystem as a topic, which is like implementing an innovation ecosystem requires you to have an understanding of who needs to be involved in which way. So you put this, imagine you have a big mind map in front of you. The center of this mind map is basically the project, if we call it project. So we want to build an innovation ecosystem in this company. And then you map out who is kind of involved in this. You look into internal and you look into external. And that's what everyone is doing with stakeholder mapping. So you go deeper. So you say, let's say you have the steering committee in a large organization, you have different employees and different organizational parts of your organization that are involved. Externally, you will have different partners, maybe clients, maybe. So you go more into that details. Then what you look, if you say the center part of this mind map is the project team, is what you want to do, then you look into how far away are these different people. Let's imagine there's the CEO of the organization. How far away is the CEO compared to the steering group members? Maybe he's part of the steering committee, maybe he's not. So you put basically a relation to the distance of the project as number one step. So mapping out all stakeholders, then putting them into how far away are they right now from this project, from this initiative. And then you look into, from a priority perspective, how important are these stakeholders for the success of this project or this initiative. And if we keep the CEO as an important stakeholder, we say this person is extremely important. Maybe it's the CFO, maybe it's a legal person, maybe it's an external person. Then you look into, okay, these are key priority people inside of this ecosystem. And then you say, okay, how far away are they? And how do we get them closer is the next step. So you have in the center is your project team and your initiative, and then you have all stakeholders mapped out around it. And then you look into how far away are they. So if the CEO is far away and you need to have him closer, then you look into how do you build strategies that helps the CEO to get closer to this project, to this initiative. Same with all other stakeholders. So you'd always look into it from a perspective of getting this person closer. And what's the strategy to get this person closer to be part of the project and supporting that project? And sometimes you find out that between you and that specific stakeholder, there are a lot of people in between and or can influence that stakeholder. Imagine there's the CFO, and the CFO is very close to the project and is very invested into this project. And the CEO is closer to the CEO than you are, and the project initiative is. So you can use the CEO relationship to get closer to the CEO and kind of get him supporting or her supporting you in this endeavor. And that's the whole stakeholder mapping the human way, is basically you go wide, understanding all the different stakeholders, look into the relationship of the stakeholders towards you, and then you look into the relationships between the stakeholders and how they can influence and help you influence each other, with the goal of getting the important stakeholders closer to the center of this mind map example.